I am running for trustee position, Zone 2. Can everybody hear me?
Yes. Well, a little bit closer to your mic.
Oh, is this better?
Yes.
Okay, great. I've lived in Bonner County. We bought the first property in 1994, and I've lived here over 20 years. I own a business in town for the last 20 years. I'm a specialty building contractor. I do custom floors custom cabinets and hardwood floors. The name of the company is Dr. Splinter's Woodworks. So I've had the opportunity to work with quite a few other businesses and tradesmen in the last 20 years, and there seems to be, I've tried to hire young men, and there seems to be a problem. When they show up, their work ethic is somewhat lacking. They have, they're challenged mathematically in how to read a tape measure. One of the first things that I do when a young guy wants to have an opportunity, and I'd love to train people, is to give them a tape measure. Show me 3 13/16. If they can find it, I ask them to remove, or, okay, deduct 1 1/4 inches, how much is left? Without their smartphone, they're lost. So, I'm serious, I know it sounds silly, but, so, basic math skills, basic fractions, communication skills, they're somewhat lacking, at least when they graduate high school. So, one of the things that I'm passionate about is, according to the State of Idaho Educational Commission, by age 35, only 45% of the students that graduate will have 1 year of education or more the rest of their life. So 55% of the students are never going to be getting any additional schooling. I think what we need to do is to expand the P-TECH program, which are basic welding, carpentry, automotive, professional type things, the aerospace one that they've got going at the airport, so that when these young men and women graduate high school, at least they've got a skill set that they can start with. It's up to them what they do with it, but they need more skills. I mean, life skills. They don't know how to balance checkbooks. They don't know how to read basic contracts if they go buy something and somebody wants them to finance it. Sadly enough, my wife introduced me to a video on YouTube, and it was about college students trying to figure out how to use a can opener. It was hilarious. And when they finally figured it out, they all cheered for each other. Okay. I think there's a lot we can do. Those students are going to be the people in our town that are workers. They're going to be building, maintaining, working for the county. We really need to focus on their needs, because if they're successful, the county can be successful. Right now in the United States, this morning I read in, I think Department of Labor, 1 in 5 families in this country, no one's working at all. 60% of the people in this country couldn't come up with $500 if they had an emergency. Now, I know unemployment's only 4%, but I can't figure out why 20% of the households have nobody working. I can't afford to support anymore, thank you. So we need to give them the skill sets to go out and get the jobs. There are 20,000 jobs in the state of Idaho, according to the State Labor Department, that are unfilled because they can't find candidates. 4,600 of them are high-paying jobs that they can't find because they don't have any candidates. And that's because we're not teaching our kids basic skills to be able to go out and get starting jobs. So I'm passionate for that. As far as the other students, the 45%, our daughter graduated 2013 from Sandpoint High School. She worked hard, graduated a year early with honors, got a nice scholarship at University of Idaho, where she's a junior right now, on the dean's list, studying psychology with a double minor in sociology and public relations. She intends to study speech pathology. There are those students that are self-motivated, and they're working hard, and they're getting their help along the way. And I think the school district's doing a pretty good job at the upper level academics. It's the 55% that we need to focus on, I think, a little more.